My talk is about self-service analytics and the 100 million data points. It sounds like a huge project, but actually listening to you now to everything else, it's a very simple and small-scale homemade solution. But I think if you want to start with AI agents, AI platforms, AI tools, you need to start somewhere. And sometimes it's good to be simple and make it easy for everyone to understand and to see a benefit out of the AI tools and something you can handle by your own before you scale up to really cool things, as we have all seen the last days. I guess most of you don't know anything about HELM Pharmaceuticals. We are now called HELM Pharmaceuticals because there's a carve-out, and we are transforming, surprisingly, as someone else, as everybody else in the industry does. We are a virtual company. This is producing, we are developing and out-licensing mostly generics. Virtual does mean that we are partnering with companies like Lonza, CDMOs, CMOs to develop generics, and we are looking always for the best partner around the world to be able to promote interesting and attractive molecules in the market. So this is our concept. And to be able to do that and to define, to find the right generics, we need to get a quite good understanding of the market, of therapeutical areas, of products, of competitors, of course. So we are relying and based a lot on market data. So to support our daily operations and annual screening of hundreds of molecules, because we have a close eye on the loss of exclusivity of all molecules in a 10-year frame to be able to develop molecules for the first day after launch. We needed to look for different work. We needed to look for a different way to work with market data. So we were looking for a solution which was intuitive to handle, reliable, with a high system performance. It should be managed by a small team. Imagine your IT team tells you, we are not going to support you anymore, and you are left with an IQVIA database of which at the end comes up with 100 million rows. So you need to find a solution where everything is working in a system without, let's say, considerable IT support. So that's kind of a shift in your daily business. And this was where we're heading for. So we are a mid-sized company. So I had, let's see, some budget to do this, but it's not like $1 million I can invest to find a solution here. So I need to find something handsome, homemade. And I have, most of you are working with IQVIA data, I suppose. So usually you get access via pads. You can look back for 3 to 5 years, which is quite nice, but not sufficient if you want to learn from the past and do some trend analysis back in the past. You usually have not the opportunity to integrate your own company tags, like connect, write your product information or customer or competitive information right into the database. That's not happening. And at the end, reportings need to be done by yourself to serve all the teams. And so market intelligence was a new function at my company. And after a time, everybody understood what we can do. So all the teams came and were asking for support. So we are part of the business development, we are part of the project development, and we are part of the maintenance. And if you don't want to end up just by delivering kind of standard reports instead of partnering and consulting with the teams, you need to have a solution here to handle your data. So this was our starting point regarding the database. And this is kind of easy to find a solution here. So you're missing historical data, so you just merge historical and recent data. That's pretty cool. It's easy. So you created your own lookup period. You can buy data from IQVIA, ask your IT team to merge them. But you end up with an traditional SQL-based database, which I cannot handle because I don't talk SQL language. So you need IT people to talk with the system. And if you want to do some maintenance and you want to do some data updates, it's pretty much an effort because the teams need to do this, and it runs like for 24 hours to get the new data integrated in the SQL database. So this system is not working for us. It needs ongoing support by the IT. It's having performance issues. So to have the system run smoothly, it's really a challenge with the IQVIA database in the back, so it's not running smoothly at all, and still it keeps to be disconnected from any of your company tags. To enable a lean and scalable handling of this large-scale volume data, we were looking for a new approach. And this talk is more about how we did it, how we found a solution and the way to this one. So, and we were looking, our solution was to have a new IT environment called Microsoft Fabrics, which you can rent. So it's not interfering with any of your IT architecture, and we have Power BI for visualization in the system. As a starting point, you need to work closely, as you know, as an intelligence person, hopefully most of your business requirements and needs, with a data scientist who can translate this into the system. At least there's some programming and expertise required to get the system to work. But we were hoping to end with a solution which was technically robust, means the system was performing and running smoothly, and relevant for the teams, and getting rid of all the standard reportings, to be honest. And here we are. This is how it looks like. So the framing is done by Microsoft Fabrics. This is your IT environment. It's a unified IT platform, kind of a all-in-one toolbox for working with data. It brings together data services to a single environment. Microsoft Power BI, probably also known to a lot of you because you connect it to your Excel files, you connect it to Asana, to your finance requirements, and it's nicely doing graphs. We also try to do this to connect Power BI in a separate environment to the IQVIA database, but it didn't work. It didn't work in the IT environment. It didn't work with our IT. It didn't work with the external support because they have no administrative rights and so on. So it was quite a hassle. And if you bring this into one room, it's called One Lake, actually. I think they designed some pretty attractive wordings for this whole technical stuff. So it's One Lake because all data are placed there. The systems are talking to each other. So they are made for each other, which makes it easy to use. And here we are. We incorporated the IQVIA SQL database right into the system along with other data. So we have our data in SAP, we have them in an Excel, and you just bring everything on place here. So for us, this is the base to do our company-specific analytics. and have everything set up. And this is like, it's called import and transformation, but it's really cool because this part of data flows, pipelines, and fabric warehouse is the concept to have an automatic update of any of your data. So whenever you update an Excel spreadsheet because you want to bring some new data in, you just push a button and magically it's updated with any IT support. So whenever I get new IQVIA data, I just bring them in a certain place and push this little bottom up update, and that's it. I have the IQVIA updates, making me independent from our IT support. How is this happening? So you have a data flow, where data are transformed, prepared, and cleaned. Clean data, this is also something you always hear when you're listening to AI, getting clean data. The pipeline is triggering and scheduling the data flow right into the data warehouse. The data warehouse is nothing else than a centralized digital warehouse, more or less an Excel sheet, but a bit more powerful. So this is a very important core of your system. And if you have here everything on place, you just add another layer. It's called this semantic model. This is the brain. It's a kind of a smart map where your data gets some meaning and are organized to be handled later on by Power BI for visualization. In terms of this is how a semantic model looks like. So it's, of course, bigger and there's more in, but as a little, example. So IQVIA data come with product information, they come with market metrics, they come with periods and regions. So these are your core metrics, and they are stored in a core table. And then with little arrows, you bring all these metrics in a relationship together. So you define marketing and sales, product and sales, manufacturer and sales, whatever. Relationship makes sense. This is the first base in this model. Then you look at metrics, you define your KPIs, key performance indicators, you define your market metrics like market shares or whatever. You add some hierarchies like year, quarter, months to be able to drill down magically later on in your Power BI reportings. So you set the fundamentals here. You also add anything else like your company tags, predictive analytics, events, whatever is relevant for you comes on this layer. Power BI then is connected to this layer, and via drag and drop you add all the information you need to prepare your visuals like reportings and dashboards. So this all, the creation of the dashboards, the semantic model, can mostly handled by ourselves. There is some, there's some data scientist report needed. If you have to create and make up some measures and so on, and to get it really well and well done and smart done. But at the end, for any maintenance or upgrading, you can handle it by yourself. And this is we have a nicely seamless system set up, and after these today's there are, I think, a lot of buzzwords you can find in. So we have a high quality data combined with a robust analytics platform for essential efficient data utilization, reliable outcomes, and future readiness. So this means we have high quality data, so IQVIA data. I trust your company specific SAP data would be also pretty reliable. So the database is nicely set. Robust platform means we have no data privacy issues because it's closed system. All sensitive data are kept. I can also add access to specific teams, to specific data, so I can steer this if I don't want to see everyone, everything. And it's scalable. I can add more data sources. I can add more data lines. So we really starting with 100 million data lines with the IQVIA database, go back until 2010. And now the database is growing year by year and not cut off every, usually by you get 3 years, then the last year falls off and so on. And this is not happening to us. So I have a nice and robust system. And we are always looking at what's in it for me. So we calculate, my colleague Ines and I, we calculated a little bit when we screen for 100 molecules per year, for example, just to get and do some standards for the team. And we would be fast. So we are pretty fast in doing reportings, of course. It takes us 4 hours. This would save us up to 50 working days because the teams are able to use Power BI themselves, look just the performance, look the performance for their clients to understand if we license out a generic, we want to understand how, let's say, a company like Stada or Mylan or Biogarant is doing with the product, to understand, are there any stocking effects? Do we need to ask questions? And this can easily be done by the account manager themselves. Product manager can look up the market. Is the market still existing, or shall we rather stop? The development and the business development team can screen for molecules with us without, let's say, using too much time for the standards or waiting for us. Question, cool, are we needed anymore? Because the teams are able to help themselves. But there are still limitations. Yes, we democratize market access across the company. We have now self-service reporting. But at the end, it's nothing else than freeing up time for us. Because what AI systems are today not able to do, it's because they grow up still. And also the companies need to integrate all the systems and make them work for them. What AI or such systems cannot do is really a complex contextual interpretation. So bringing together standards and bringing together information, that's cool, but we are still needed to get strategic depth, a contextual understanding, and forward-looking insights such tools alone cannot deliver. Thank you very much. That's the end of my talk.
Anyone has a question? So thank you, Petra. One quick one from me. Sorry. So for this, this is meant to be a self-service kind of portal, right? So what was the process like in training or onboarding people to be able to use it? Like how intensive was the process to make them understand how to use it for their own?
This is it's really easy because it's really intuitive, and they got our reportings right. So we delivered reportings, and now they get more or less same style, and they take it out of the shelf. That's it.